Hello, everybody. Average Gamer. Welcome to another episode of Supreme Ruler Ultimate as China. So, in the last episode, we started to do some massive airstrikes against Venezuela, and so far, so good. I've noticed that they're actually beating the living snot out of Colombia right now. So, if we were to play our cards right, theoretically, what we could do is let Venezuela slowly take over Colombia, and then we can take over both. Why not? I mean, the plan was to let Brazil take over everybody, but that's not really working. Our bombers are coming back. It looks like we negated a good chunk of their air force now as well. Can I cross the border here? Oh, I can because it's part... Yeah, we're going to double back there. I wasn't expecting to be able to do that. Well, that's another B-52. And Chile owes me money. Because I think Venezuela is at war with 4 countries now? 2. They're at war with Ecuador and us. So they're at war with Ecuador down here. So theoretically, they could actually swing down this way and capture all this. And we could just reap the benefits, actually. Oh, let's bring up our bombers again. Right over here. Let's watch some destruction. I could always bring in some support units. That is a possibility. Argentina wants to buy consumer goods. Sure. So let's see if they've sent the majority of their Air Force down here. Right, we're going to let our Air Force get back into position, and then we're going to do a couple more bombing runs. And I'm contemplating sending backup to the and this will put us in a good control position. Right, we're at 100% supply again. We're losing our satellite photos of this area, mainly because a lot of units are moving. We should have enough better batch of bombers. There they are. Okay. You know what? I thought this would be a little bit more easier taking them out, to be honest with you. So I'm going to deploy more troops. These ones are going to deploy directly out of the Balkans, or out of... that's the Balkans down there. From the Baltic. I'm going to set them up here and then just send them right across the Atlantic. So we're going to deploy them to this location here. So reserve units only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to use a lot of our older obsolete units still. Because if we lose anything, well, no skin off our butt. Got a whole bunch of units here. Because the plan is going to be, oh, these are, well, mix in a couple newer ones. I'm not too worried there. Any unit with a star, though, we'll try to avoid, because those are our good units. Those are our actual train units, probably from our last war. This will also help train our forces internationally as well. I'm trying to remember which was better, the Wolfhound or... Well, we only have a couple Wolfhounds. I'm pretty sure the Ravens here were the worst ones. Kind of wish it would show you which ones were which, like there's a filter. Light amphibious tanks. We're pretty much going to use all these things because there's lots of rivers and such. Both large and small to worry about. Now, we're not too worried about support when it comes to supplies and things like that, mainly due to the fact that Colombia, like our infrastructure and our country itself, is producing a ton of supplies and stuff. So we'll basically have a waste of the stuff. I'm not going to use the missiles. What I would like to use is the artillery if possible. These are anti-tank. Let's get a couple of these. That should be enough. The newer artillery, I'm not going to use the PLZs. There were 152 millimeter artillery pieces. We're not going to utilize them at all. Even though I know we're actually building a better one, if I'm not mistaken. But we're going to use up a lot of these mortar ones. Then keep pace with the tanks pretty good. And the 122 millimeter mortar versus 152 millimeter artillery gun, so that is no problem. We'll go throw a couple Hercules in there. Just 4. 4 should be good. 2 SA2s, and we should have some of these smaller anti-aircraft guns in here somewhere. Come on. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're all gonna go right there. Let's speed up. King George V battleship. Those units should be deploying now. Yep, there they go. From as far away as Korea. It's all for consumer goods, so we're just going to automatically agree to all that. In the meantime, we're going to let them push and advance here. But we are going to hit the capital again. Or should be one more, yep. So luckily enough with the game, the way it's designed right now, I can actually see how fast they're actually recouping their own losses. This is a good way to help kind of decide what you're going to do as well. 100%. We're destroying units, but at the same time, we're also... No, we lost another B-52. That's no big deal. So these are all our old B-52s that we're going to try to figure out how to get rid of anyways. So this just kind of works out. We can actually just use them literally as fodder. This bomber should come in now, and... Oh, did we lose 2 there? We did. Doesn't look to see there's much there. It's going to take a while for our reserve force to show up. What is you? Oh, you're the naval aircraft that I screwed up on. Still, you ought to go to reserve. Full coal and consumer goods. Sure. Nope, let's pause because of all these things here. Yeah, Chile owes me money, I know. Consumer goods, petroleum, and consumer goods. Oh, crap. Oh, well. We should agree to all that anyways. Everyone's just buying shit from us at this point, which is pretty good, actually. We're still losing money because of all the changes that we're doing to the economy. Our interest rate's 2.3%. Or sorry, our inflation. Wow, there's nobody. Well, hit the capital. So we've actually cleared out this military base here. So one of the bonuses is if you hit people enough, even though they'll be basically you'll utilize all their reserve units for repairs. And then they'll be forced to sorry, once you utilize most of their equipment for repairs and stuff like that, then it's just a matter of sitting back and watching their units go into reserve because they have to, because there's not enough people. There's no people to actually repair them, so they have to go in reserve until there's enough people in the reserves to basically resupply said unit. So its health will not be 100% regenerated until they have the people. Speaking of which, so right now they have 129,000 in their military. After we do a bombing strike, let's see how many they'll have. Whoa, what up? And ours would have gone down because we actually lost to B-52. Go figure. So, actually, they've deployed more troops since I checked that last. It's 136. I just realized I'm going to do systematic bombing of military bases, starting in the south. Are there any actual military installations here? Fighters are following us. Let them rearm again, and we'll just bomb the Hex. Oh, that's nobody. Okay, that's Ecuador. Okay, I thought it was them again. We're gonna bomb the Hex. We're gonna bomb this one again. Porto Alvocado. So both B-52s that got shot down just flew over the territory and just flew in circles. So they kind of deserve to get blown up. But on the bright side, we should now be reducing their military capacities. No, their capacities are going up. Oh, probably because they're capturing more territory. And they're getting the reserves from that. I didn't think of that. Speaking of, is everyone there? Everyone is there. Okay, so we're going to highlight our entire group here. We're going to go sea transport to there, please. And all of you are immediately going to go to a different location. Coal and consumer goods. Oh, how's the war in Egypt going for Syria? Oh! Oh! Okay. So I didn't notice this before. But Egypt took over Syria. I may have noticed this before and forgot. Yeah. Wow, I'm impressed actually with the Egyptian military. I'm actually surprised that they were able to take out the Syrians. But then again, the thing with this territory here is it's so big and so massive that they probably can't really defend against it all that great. I have no idea why you're there, but we're going to tell you to go there. So what I'm going to do is probably in the next episode, we're going to war with Egypt. We're going to give Turkey back its independence. We're going to give whatever this territory is. I think it's Turkmenistan its independence. Kashmir its independence. Bangladesh. All the smaller countries get independence first. And then we will... Sudan still controlled by the British. So then what will happen is we'll be in a good position to... all these countries were pretty much like us. So we're going to be laughing at that point. Egyptian Palestine. So if we go to war, Palestine there and there, we're going to be taken. We're going to take Egypt. What we're going to do is we're going to keep the following. We're going to keep the Suez under our control. And we're also going to keep the Bosphorus under our control. That's going to be the plan. This is the Egyptian Suez, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. So the plan's going to control both of those. So that's going to be two massive trade locations that we're going to control, plus the third one right here. Though this one really isn't a trade zone, sadly. It should be, but what are you going to do? But yeah. Looks like things are starting to turn up Millhouse. Our invasion force is now ready to come over. I don't want to oversupply them here. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. Let's tell them all to go here. Then we can kind of push down and cut the country in half, maybe. Or we can invade now here as well. Make this the big, massive invasion. Because there's lots of stuff around here, actually. Yeah, you know what? Go there for me, please. Just want to make sure that none of these guys end up in our landing in our territory again. There's the second batch. They're actually going to go here. And they're going to land here in the Panama zone here. Coal, consumer goods and stuff? Yep, sure. Oh, wrong area. Wrong game. Alright, so their backup is on the way. Congratulations on the research. Well, these buildings have taken quite the pounding. I'm actually impressed that a lot of these places are still... Oh, this is just an abandoned town. Oh my gosh. Wow. It's all consumer goods and coal. Nope, just consumer goods. I'm kind of I don't know if that's because we've bombed it so much. Or what? If it is my fault, I am 100% timber and coal. I'm kind of happy. Yeah, that area is now 0. Population's 13 there. It's 124 here. What's the capital? I think this is their capital. 67,000. So we're systematically eradicating their populace, even though we don't mean to. East Germany is getting nuclear weapons. Oh, another question that was asked to me in a video which I will recently Ecuador surrendered, which was asked to me in a recent video. Was is there a way to force other countries to fight together, or is there also a way to force countries to join? So, for example, East and West Germany. Is there a way to force the two to kind of join together? No, there is not. That's something that's kind of triggered in the game. You can't force two countries to join together. You also cannot force two countries to fight one another either. I kind of wish that you could use the spy system here and actually frame other countries for doing certain things. What is this? Oh. So if you could actually tell a spy in the States, hey, I want you to, or in, say, Eastern Germany and go to Western Germany and both tell each spy to pretend to be the other country. And then do some espionage and stuff, but on purpose get caught. Or frame the other country for doing something. It's something you can do in Superpower too. You can get two countries to fight one another. And you actually get them to go to war with one another by framing said other country, and I love that as a method, as a idea. Fortunately, that's not available right now in our game, but who knows? Who knows? Our invasion forces are heading west, and we'll be off the coast of Venezuela in the next episode. So until that episode, I will see you guys then. Bye bye.